everyone, this is Neko here in Icarus, and today they did quite a bit of updating. This update isn't too bad. There's a lot they've done, but there's also a lot of things that they kind of screwed up on. Also, my animal trap worked! I've got two animals right here trapped in here that I can actually shoot and kill, and a deer that's on the outside that's stuck. So you can make animal traps if you and that work if you place them in the right places. Although I think I just got lucky with them spawning in here, but either way, it works. Alright, anyways, that isn't what's oh, I got a deer trapped in there too. Oh, it can jump over. So I may have to put a bar there. But some updates you may have noticed. There's one right there. They introduced pumpkins into the regular outpost biome, so now buying those pumpkins was kind of a waste. I also found another bug, and I'll go show that real quick. They also introduced coffee, and where is it? They got soybeans around here. I think this is, yeah, right here they got soybeans. They got a few other things. I have not found cocoa beans or a couple other things. Oh, another animal that's semi-trapped. Oh, uh, there's a. I'm also going to be showing you another thing they did, but it's kind of stupid. Let's go run over here. Now, one of the bugs I found is, I don't know if it'll work this way, but if you hit control click, it will, yeah, excuse me, it will consume your pumpkin in the seed slot, but it won't start the next growing process. So I don't know if it'll work with this. I may have to come back and show once these are all fully grown, but here, let's test this out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for these to be fully grown, and then I'll show you. So that's one of the bugs I'll show you once I get there, but personally, items in a crop plot should not decay. Oh, there's a bunny that's trapped. A deer trapped also. Oops. Also, when I first spawned into this map, I ended up losing my, or not first spawned, but respawned into this map from my little break that I normally do. I lost my thermos and my oxygen tank, but that doesn't really matter because when you leave and enter, your oxygen tanks, they seem to multiply for some weird reason. Cram all that in. Actually, I still need quite a bit of that, but alright. So, one thing I do like is pumpkin bread. I mean, look at this. It doesn't expire, thankfully. Although it does take forever for pumpkin or bread to expire. Alright. Next thing, the things that I wanted to show. First, this now requires power, 2,500. It's expensive as hell for what it needs to do. Second, this. It's not as fast anymore. Before, I could have finished all of that in less than a second. They made this take a little bit longer on the stuff. It's alright, but still. Second, they added in the recipes in here. So now you can do flour, you can do steel. They also introduced another composite paste recipe. So instead of requiring gold, it requires platinum, which is nice. And there's a reason for that. and that's in here. They've lowered the cost of the material processor. The only thing they lowered was the electronics. So for the cost of reducing the material processor by 20 electronics, you now have to gather 40 extra electronics in order to complete the chemistry bench, the composite, the masonry, and the carpentry. In other words, this used to be roughly 10 electronics, now it's 20. This used to be roughly 10. I don't remember the exact cost, but I'm just saying. Used to be 10, now it's 20. 20, 20. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40 extra electronics you now have to get. Just to reduce this by 20. Kinda stupid. Next thing, you may notice all the concrete stuff that was in here has been moved. And it's now made in here. You can now make all the concrete in here. The concrete mix, the concrete slabs, all that fun stuff. I think if you get in the tier 4, it should reduce the cost of most items. Like gold ore, it should be 1, and iron should be 1, and copper should be 1. Silica you can't really reduce, is 1 to 1, and aluminum 1 to 1. Platinum you could make in the other stuff. Steel is 1 to 1, but oh wait, that's titanium. This is platinum. But they should have made this like, heck, even just reduce it to 4, so it's just 4 and 4 instead of 5, because it's higher up. It means it's more efficient, more better. But they need to reduce the cost of some of these materials, machines. Like this should only cost 1,000 because it's heavy operating. This should be like 250 power. This should also be like 250 power. What else is there that I've got powered up? Fridge, I have no clue how much it takes to power it, but let's say it's taking 200, let's say it's taking 1,500. I will acknowledge that one is okay. This 2,500 just to do this. This should be 100 power. You're literally getting nothing more than you might as well just not even get the chemistry bench. It's a huge waste. Literally. The herbalism was it in here? The herbalism bench does everything this does, and it doesn't consume power, and it does it maybe not as fast, but the cost is the same, which means the cost of getting all the materials to get this just for like 2 seconds. Yeah, if you're mass producing stuff, that's great, but it's not worth it. Most of the time you're not doing that. I'm not sure what else they have in here for not materials, but item wise. Oops, I need to go dump the sulfur off. No, not here. Here. Because I actually need to make some carbon paste. Realistically, I was going to make one of these, but in order to make one of these, I'm going to have to make more of these, which means I need more composite, more electronics, more glass, a lot of stuff. They also did a lot of other updates. Yes. Pass on out of here, pass out of here. The mines. They added in a lot more ores. But I may have just gotten unlucky or something. But basically the more ores was technically to help with elect. Okay, well that's definitely a more. Okay, maybe I should have showed the trap episode today. That's today. It's a lot more efficient. I mean, look, deers, both of them trapped. The whatever creatures that are in there, the chamioses or whatever, are probably trapped in there still. Also, uh, they have some future plan updates that they're currently in the process of working on. And oops, I better go get some food. One is allowing you to have like a tool belt item somewhere on here or in the auxiliary. I'm not sure where just yet. That allows you to equip your. Oh, well, speak of the devil. There's coca or coke, chocolate. Nice. But anyways, they're allowing you to kind of equip your torch or flashlight or whatever the hell you want it. Oops. Let's just put that in there. Put this here. Okay. But they plan to make it where you can equip your pick and your light at the same time. They're working on it. They're not there yet. That's one of their plans. Another one is, as I've said before, is respecting, so that you can respect your talents here and try out different trees and stuff. Personally, I still think they should allow us to complete at least one full tree of each full section of at least survival, construction, combat. Solo is something you can decide whether or not you want to put into it, but as you can see, I haven't been able to finish this tree. Haven't been able to finish this one, and I barely got anything in there. So, I would love it if they could allow us to complete an entire tree. I will say, unless you're planning to capture bears, this ramp trap idea doesn't work. Alright, where am I going? There's a cave over here somewhere. I'm not sure if it's a big cave or a small cave, but I just want to show off that they did increase the number of items, and if everything is as I think it is, effectively it's just literally iron. Which kind of sucks, because it would be nice if they increased copper. Copper and gold are what we actually need the most of, because once you get in the tier 4 items, the sheer amount of copper you need to get those is overkill. Where's the cave? I know there's one somewhere over here. Oh, hello dear. You're safe for today, because today is talking about the update. They also moved wild squash plants to the desert. They changed the speed of crafting for players to be slower, so now you craft about as fast as a bench does instead of being faster, so that kind of sucks. Oh, okay, so they decreased the fabricator from 60 to 30. I didn't pay attention to that. And they removed steel from the requirements to make the fabricator. Okay. So I guess it's kind of worth it now that you can make the fabricator. That's 30 more electronics. So okay, it kind of works out in the end. I got lost. So I guess technically you're only having to build 10, actually not even 10, because they reduced the whatever you call it, the material processor by 20 and the fabricator by 30. That's 50. So in the end, okay, you're only having to spend 50, or you're gaining 10 electronics in the end. And think I took a wrong turn. Dang it. I should have paid more attention. No, this is definitely the wrong way. I need to get some beacons set up so that way I can guarantee to know where the hell I'm going instead of doing this by view and getting distracted. Alright. I think it should be over here. Love pumpkin bread. Gives a lot of stamina, gives a lot of food, and it doesn't spoil. I hope they keep it like that, because the amount of work you have to get to it is a lot. Like getting the bench, getting the flour, the wheat, the water, all that fun stuff. And then on top of that, get the pumpkins, which thankfully they introduced in here now. But I am curious if they've got carrots in here, because if they got carrots, that's even better. Alright. They also went around and fixed some of the map gaps that are in the terrain. Oh yes. I don't know if this area has the problem, but I do know one of my caves had the problem. As you can see, there's ore, lots here, lots there, lots up there. It's littered with ore now, as you can see, just all over the place. Before, there was only about probably half as many, and that's definitely new ore, because there was never gold in the water. But as you can see, iron, all over the place. Iron, lots of iron, more iron, a little bit of copper, not a whole lot of copper. Which isn't boding too well for making electronics here, other than the copper. So maybe this cave's unlucky, or most of them are unlucky, but yeah, most of this is just iron, so that's kind of pointless. They're like, if they're trying to help us out, they need to increase the gold and copper ratios. Alright, trash that, back to this. Alright, consume that for a tiny bit more stamina. Ooh, it's almost getting nighttime, which I do need to make a power tower at both ends of my place, or both ends of the light, because these stupid mountains screw me over with power light. If this was all flat, I understand they're making a natural barrier that you can't pass, but that's also making me lose out on power time, because if the sun rises at 6 and sets at 19, that's a lot more extra time I could have powering up my place with solar panels, because the cost of machines are too high. We still need a bike, a dirt bike, or whatever you want to call it. Whoa! Spawn drop. I suggested that in one of my videos a long time ago, and I gave an idea of how you could do it and achieve it. Alright, let's see what this one has. Oh wow, there's already a bunch right at the entrance. We've got iron here, iron there. Ooh. Okay, this one isn't too bad on copper. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 here. 7 roughly. For a small cave, it's got roughly 7. So it's not the best, but it's definitely better than a few others. Don't really care about titanium. I want copper and gold, although gold's pretty alright, because it only takes 1 gold to make a circuit. It takes 3 copper to make a circuit. What else is there? They decreased the crafting speed of quite a few things, apparently, for stone, concrete, mortar and pestle, herbalism, all that fun stuff. Some of the crafting benches in tier 4 got a boost to their crafting queue, so now they can do up to 5 items queued up instead of no wait, I mean 10 items instead of 5, which is nice. But so this update that they did was definitely in the right direction. Could be better, but I definitely it definitely helps out some. Still need more copper though. Lots more copper. It's funny how in the beginning you're like, copper, I don't need this, it's useless and worthless. Tier 4 rolls around and you're like, where's the copper? I need the copper. There's just so much, I can't deal with it. Oop, my stuff's gonna spoil, I better get back home. I was gonna run to another mine to check it out, but I definitely hope they continue to do stuff. I definitely enjoy being able to hold this and this at the same time. It would be, instead of having to drop it on the ground all the time, I would love to be able to respect, although my tree is pretty well set for how I want. I do wish they allow us to, if there's no level limit or level cap, I do wish they would increase the talent points. So that way I could actually complete the trees, 3 trees worth of stuff. Because, I mean, if you're solo, they should have it balanced for solo and party. Like if you play, they should have 2 selections for the game, a solo mode and a multiplayer mode. Solo mode, they have it where you have increased. Ooh, TV. Oh, is this done? Nope. Okay, well, I might have to show that next time. I wasn't actually expecting it, but you guys got the idea. In other words, what the hell? In other words, when you have something in here and you have in here, you don't, in other words, don't control click it until you removed the items from here. In other words, you gotta remove it, then you can control click and it will place it in. In other words, control click, and then if you want to, control click back out, because it won't take it back out. So gotta be careful of that, otherwise you could end up losing a stack of pumpkins, which I think they increased from 10 to 20. I don't want to lose my pumpkins, which I got plenty of going, but I definitely need to get more pumpkin bread. I went ahead and moved this so I can do that. Alright, I got about 20 seconds till power comes back. Currently there's a huge lag where if you turn that on and you've got this going, all of a sudden your frames just go. It could just be my computer, but just letting you guys know just in case. Alright, what else is there? We got improved visuals and performance on some rocks, assets, fixed some caves not using their biome appropriate, some problematic dropship locations fixed, some collisions for rocks so you can actually mine some stuff instead of it being out of your reach. Like I've seen some gold, I'm like, I want it, give it to me. But then it's like, no. What else we got? New recipes, bench including created new recipe sets for tier 4 crafting bench, like masonry, which combined lower tier recipes into new machines. Oh, nice! So they added in some of the the lower tier recipes into the higher tiers. They added first pass of new cave locations, which I have no clue what the hell that means. Increased quantity of mineral deposits in many caves to increase overall available resources. They added crops to outposts, mushrooms to Arctic caves. Supposedly, they have it where the intro, most of you who play this, where you watch the intro, supposedly that's skippable. But my computer's pretty alright, and the entire game loads, it loads or plays through the entire intro before loading the game, so I can't skip it. And I'm pretty sure my computer's decent. But who knows, maybe it sucks worse than I really think it does. I don't understand what added more sand to the desert means. They improved shadow performance in caves. Oh, speaking of, I don't know if it was just me or not, but there was a bug with the lantern in caves. I don't know if it still works or not right now, but basically what it would happen is when I activate this and I look up, oh no, it's doing it right now. As you can see, my my light, if you look at it, it aims forwards, straight ahead. Like I have to excessively angle it up in order to get it to angle up, and angle it excessively down. When the light used to evenly fire perfect like this, where the mouse looked at all times. Instead, now it's like off a little bit. It's weird. And that covers most of the update, which I like it, but could be better. So for now, if you enjoyed hearing about the update, please like the video. If you didn't, well, please pass it on to people you think will, because the more you guys help me, the more I can help you. So for now, I'll have to say goodbye and see you next time.